thought that Europe and the United States are the main places where games come out from. Fair enough, but some amazing games come out from Asia. Games that we normally don't get to see until we come here, which is why I'm so happy to be with Vence Chong. Vence, you come all the way from Indonesia. That's a long way to come.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
We come from Malaysia. Yes.
That's a long way to go.
Yes, it took me 24 hours to get here.
And you've come completely packed with an absolutely lovely looking game, the Peides Curse Earth. Tell me about the game.
All right, the Peides Curse Earth was actually designed with the 9 series in mind. So this is actually the first game of the whole 9 series. The theme is actually a battle between Spirit and Evil, where the players will take on the role of a hero, helping Spirit win the battle that will lead them to a lot of places in the country, in the world. There's 12 countries where you need to go and collect secret codes, decode them, bring it to the Heaven Store, and then to open it. So the whole entire game is basically very tactical and strategy based. You move around around the board, placing a lot of strategy and delivering a lot of tactics to win the game. So it can be played as a cooperative game, or it can also be played individual game. So the game is actually for a 2 to 4 player game, where it takes about 30 minutes to 45 it's a cooperative game, and 60 to 90 minutes for a competitive game.
So the difficulty and the length of the game changes because the game mechanics make it more complex. How does the cooperative and the competitive gameplay differ?
Cooperative gameplay is different with competitive. Only on one is that the code is collected cooperatively or collected individually. So the gameplay length is is because you collect individual codes. So 4 players, you collect 9 codes. It's about 36 codes. Okay. While if you play a cooperative game, you only collect 9. So when you attempt a mission and when you deliver your game, the difference between cooperative is that you try not to block each other too much, but at the same time you need to deliver your own game so that you win at the end with a higher score.
Okay. So there is a fair difference in how the game changes.
How the game changes, yes.
Now tell me a little bit about the beginning of the game. How did the idea come about, and how did you design it?
I got this idea back in 2007. I totally know nothing about game design. It's very new for me. So I just got an idea about a board game that is the race around the world. Then I started to put in the theme, and then I started to change the board. Then I started to put in the country. Then I started to think that, what's the objective of the game? What is it that you're supposed to do? But I would like my game to be a bit more on gameplay rather than mechanic. So that's a combination of both. Because mechanics tells me that you are there to run the game. Your actions very important, but gameplay is that your planning and your movement and your strategy is very important. So, to me, both the differences got its own attractiveness. So, but now we're trying to see if this game will attract people who loves very high gameplay level.
I know absolutely nothing about the gaming scene in your country. Are there many gamers around you? What is it like to be a gamer?
In Asia, the gamers are increasing. I think they have small groups of gamers where they would actually round up on weekends to play games. And then they do, now at this point of time, there's only 1 or 2 person who's doing review games. But in terms of cafes, it's growing. So I would say that the game is picking up in Asia.
Do you plan to make more games?
Yes, I do. In fact, I have another 3 more coming up. One is called the High Bidder. It's actually more mechanic of resource management. Another one is called the Samawi Chronicles. It's more of a battle between 2 groups of citizen and the Samawi, where they would actually travel on a journey to forge a book. So these are the 2 games that's actually now in the design phase.
I know this is the first day of the exhibition, but how has the game gone down so far with the people who've played it? Has it been well received?
I would say that we have we catch a lot of interest. I wouldn't say that the sale has picked up to a level where I would say that it's a big, huge celebration, But we have picked up 3 groups of people who's interested in reviews, and then another 2 that's interested in publication and distribution, and then the gamers like the game, some buy, and then some would like to come back and think about it, see if they would like to buy the game.
Which is not bad going, considering it's the first time you're here, it's the first game. That's actually pretty good going. And to be honest, not surprisingly, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. How did you go about the production of your game?
It took me 2 years to produce the visual. The first year we did the board first, then we started to pick up on the cards. I was here actually in Spiel last year, but I was at the author's table rather than the publisher's side.
Okay.
So it was then that we test played the game, and then the gamers gave us some very good comment. So we go back, we improve on the visuals, and then we're here this year with a published game.
Well, I think you have really done amazingly well, considering that it is the first one that you've done. Looking beautiful, playing very well, and hopefully it will be picked up by distribution. If people are interested in buying the game at the moment, how can they do that?
They can email us at gdh.vence@gmail.com, or they can Google and search for our website, which is actually www.gamedesignhouse.com. And then they can put up the contact us. From there, we will send them the game.
Well, now you know how to do it, and that's a company to keep a very, very keen eye on. Vince, thank you so much for your time, and I really hope that by the time that I see you on Sunday, you have no games left.
We'll have a sold out by then. Thank you.